Okay, we're doing a clay plaster on the underside of a bale sticking out pretty far, and like this is, I don't know, a few inches, and traditionally, I mean, a regular plaster won't stick to that, it'll just fall off. And I found out that if you use the slip, now the slip is just the clay mixed with water. You can see it's like a paint consistency, a little thicker, maybe about the same as paint, but with more substance in it. And then this is actually the plaster, which is more sand than clay, a sharp sand, special type of rough, coarse sand that has different sized particles in it that causes grab, you know, or bite, or whatever you want to call it, tooth, to hold on to material. But this is too heavy and too bound together. If I spread this on here, I mean, you can see what's going to happen if I try to spread this on here. It just falls right off. And there it is. And so you can't use something that is already a heavy-bodied material like that. Now this is obviously heavy too, but it's more liquidy. So I could take this and try to spread it. The trouble is it's so liquidy that it doesn't really leave any substance on there. And so what I do is actually mix a little bit of the regular plaster into the slip mix, so that I have, I mean, you can take quite a bit of it and mix in the whole batch, but so that I have some sand in here, some substance, but it's basically in the form of a paste. So when I spread it, you're still going to get some falling off, but what it's going to do is it's going to coat that straw with something that the next layer can hold on to, because it's holding on to strands of straw, and once that's on there, it's really on there. So you see there, I hardly lost anything that time. I took a piece of plaster that was already a little goopy, mixed it with that. You don't even have to mix it in the bucket, and then spread it, and it stays, see? So now I'm actually getting a layer, a very thin layer, thinner than normal, and what it's doing is it's sort of flattening that straw to a certain extent, like hair gel does to hair when it sticks up. But there's still going to be enough tooth for a real plaster layer to hold on with. So that's what I discovered in doing basically a plane that's facing straight down. See how the liquid falls off and the plaster falls off, but the two together actually form the glue that holds on. And normally, you know, you could take on a vertical surface, you can take and just put that plaster on, that clay plaster on. It's mainly a sand plaster, really. Clay is just a binding agent, but we think of it as clay because we see the clay, we don't see the sand. It's really more sand than anything else. But see, I can go around that corner, but as soon as I get to the underside, I'm going to have to start mixing again. I can feel that to see if there's enough. If there's enough on there. Even now, the plaster is holding better just with that, because it's already saturating in. You know, it's mixing in with the straw, and that'll dry to a nice coarse material with that sand in it that will actually have some tooth to grab. So that's how you can do a difficult plane that's pointing straight down. I mean, it's facing down, I should say. And there, it closes it off. You see that? I mean, it basically makes it flat like it's already done. Now I'll come back again with a thicker layer, even while I'm working on it, because some of it will stick. Use some of this. Got rocks in it though. Yeah. All right, that's just a tip for doing difficult surfaces that have an outcropping.